Okay, we'd like to welcome to the podium LaSalle head coach Fran Dunphy and student athletes Corey McKeithen and Mac Etienne. We're going to start with an opening statement from Coach Dunphy, and then we'll do questions for the student athletes.
Well, we're grateful that we had a chance to win the game. I thought we did some really good things. We did some other things we probably can't do or shouldn't do. But it's a terrific win against a well-coached team. Frank Martin is one of my favorite coaches out there. Just a good man. I think he's got a great perspective on life and terrific basketball coach, but a better human. And so we're grateful. I thought Corey was, he only played 40 minutes, went 11 for 11, had some huge jump shots for us. And asking Mac to play 38-51 is pretty good, and thought he had a huge jump shot, I thought, late in the second half along the baseline where the shot clock was running out, and we were not sure exactly what was going to go on in that possession. I thought he saved us. So these two guys did great. The rest of the guys did well also, and we're, again, grateful to be moving to tomorrow night.
Questions for the student athlete? We'll start Philly Inquirer right here.
Thanks. Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Corey, Mac, to either of you who'd like to answer this. Obviously, a conference tournament game is motivation itself to go win, but for the guy to know who's next to you and to know what this week means to everybody across the Big Five, to win the game like this for Fran, what does it mean to you guys?
To me, it means everything, Dump does everything for us, so, like, we want to go out there, we're going to go out there and, exhaust all our energy for him, the same way he exhausts his energy for us.
Yeah, I'll just agree. Dump has given his all to the game. He's a big-time coach, and it's only right if we just go out there and give our all for him. It's only what we can do.
Also, Philly Inquirer right here, and thank you for giving your name and affiliation before you start.
Owen Hewitt with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Corey, 30's a career high for you. Before you came to LaSalle, you had only ever scored 18 in a game. What's come on for you after joining the Explorers this season?
I think it starts with, Coach Dump. He motivated me throughout the whole summer to, I got to be a leader. I got to be able to hoop. I got to be able to score the ball, on the next level. And then my teammates, they motivated me to keep shooting the ball. I miss a shot. They're like, yo, keep shooting. That's what you do. So, yeah, I give my praise to them.
Round two, let's go.
And with your backcourt partner Deuce struggling a little bit today, is that the same kind of confidence you're instilling in him throughout the game when he's not making shots like he usually is?
Yeah, everybody's seen Deuce go out and score 25 plus, so like we all know what he's capable of. We all push him to be, the best player he is. So when he's not hitting shots, he also does great things for us on the other end. So.
Other questions for student athletes? Right here in the front.
Michael Bergman, 810 Talk. Corey Mack, you guys in the first half held UMass top scorer Russell Diggins scoreless, only 3 shot attempts. What was kind of the game plan going in, and what you guys, I guess, found success against him this evening, against kind of limiting his shot attempts?
I feel like after the first game, Curry was a great player. After the second game, Sewell was a great player. And then so stopping those two and just letting somebody else beat us is a big key for us. So I felt like we executed Coach's game plan really well. And, shout out to Coach for the game plan. Coach Cox, Coach Cox had a great game plan.
Great job.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yep, in the back again.
Owen Hewitt, Philadelphia Inquirer. Mac, you guys are going into the next game against St. Joe's having already seen that team 3 times. What kind of preparation goes into seeing a team for the 4th time in a season?
I mean, I feel like the same preparation that goes into any other game. Us trusting the coaches, us listening to what they're saying, and just going out there and being basketball players. So we had a good game against them last game, but we're not going to let that have any influence into the next game. It's the postseason. When it's the postseason, it's really a whole new season. Nothing matters what happened in the past. It's win or go home. So, just go out there, listen to the coaches, and try to follow their game plan to the best of our abilities.
Any other questions for the student athletes? No? Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Coach. I'll see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll start off with questions for Coach Dunphy. Philadelphia Inquirer.
Fran, at the risk of asking a question about you,
Please, Jonathan.
to hear your players say what they said, what does that mean to you?
To hear my players.
Say what they said about you.
Yeah,
what
I
does it
mean,
mean
they're
to you?
great. It's great. That's tremendous, really, to coach these guys, coach young people. You know, they drive you crazy sometimes, but they reward you with their loyalty and their toughness and their play. Again, these two guys were great today, and Mac made that huge jumper on the baseline. Again, we were struggling, and then Corey, and he goes to the foul line. You just think everything's automatic. 11 for 11 is just terrific, and I don't think one of them touched the rim, but not many. And so it's terrific. And let's get off of me.
I'll talk about tomorrow's game then.
Okay.
What is that? I mean, the matchup is what it is, and a lot
Yeah.
of people are going to talk about it. What's that going to mean?
Well, it's St. Joe's, and it's Philly Big Five stuff, and this will be our fourth time playing them. When the first time they beat us up pretty good. The second time I thought we were in pretty good shape, and then we didn't do a good job at late in the game. And the third time we played well throughout. They made their run, and we stemmed the tide. And so they're an explosive group. I think the thing that you think about so much is with that kind of team who can make shots in a hurry is to go on an 8 to 10 point run, not only once, but 2 times during the course of a game. And it just really, you struggle with that. So the momentum piece will be really important. We just need to play our best basketball. There's no question about that. They're good. They're really good.
Other questions for Coach? Yep.
Owen Hewitt with the Philadelphia Inquirer. When you brought Corey on in the offseason, did you ever expect him to reach the level of offensive production that he has this year?
Yeah, we watched a lot of film and talked to him a lot. He's a terrific young man. And did I expect it? Not necessarily, but am I grateful for it? Absolutely. And he's had some really good games for us throughout. And he's a pleasure to coach, just a pleasure to be around. And you can bust on him a little bit, and he gets it. And he gives it right back to me when I do bust on him. And so it's that part of it is good as well. So he's been absolutely a delight to be around. Yes, sir.
And Jaleel and Demetrius are not playing, or did not play this game. Will they also be unavailable next game?
Giulio he's got a pretty severe ankle injury, and Meech, if his back helps get some more looseness to it, then maybe he can help us. But that's not what we're thinking about.
And with Mac kind of stepping into the role of big man in the middle, how has he done with that?
He's
adjustment?
done great. He's done great, and he had an early foul today, which was troublesome because it was in the first 3 or 4 minutes, and I was worried about it. But he did a really good job of walling up and just making them score over top. And he had a couple of real good blocks. One of them we should have gotten the loose ball, and we didn't. But I think he's a talented guy, Mac. He's a talented guy, and happy for him as he is really starting to arrive as a college basketball player now.
Any last questions for Coach? No? Okay. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, we're going to start with an opening statement from head coach Frank Martin, and we are also joined by UMass players Jaden Jingay and Rasul Diggins. Coach?
Just a lot of credit to Dumpf and those kids on his team that they had lost 8 in a row going into last game, and Dumpf obviously kept them together, and they figured out a way to win their last game, which uplifted their vibes, and came out here and just beat us. You know, it's March basketball is a lot of fun, but at the same time it stinks because for everybody except one, your season comes to an end with a loss. So it's disappointing the way we played the last 8 games of the season. But you know, that's reflecting and all that will be part of the future, not tonight.
Questions for the student athletes? Right here in the front.
Dean Wendell, Massachusetts Daily Collegian. For either of you, you guys climbed your way out of the deficit in the second half, but the first half, down 9 at halftime. What were kind of the keys to things that weren't going totally right that led to you guys finding yourself in that hole?
Sorry, can you ask your question again?
Yeah. You guys were able to fight your way back, but being down 9 at halftime, what were the main things that went wrong, the main issues that you guys saw that led to yourself getting in that hole?
Sometimes we didn't stick to the game plan at certain points. We weren't as connected as we needed to be at times in the first half, and then we got beat on the glass pretty bad in the first half as well. It led to second chance opportunities for them, which they capitalized on as well. So I would say those are some of the key things.
Other questions? Yep, right here.
Andrew Samaha, WMUA. Rasul, with this being possibly your last collegiate game, would you like to just reflect on your career as a whole so far?
A lot of highs and lows. I've been through everything with Coach Frank here, a lot with Jaden Jingay. Seeing it come to an end is sad, but it's time for a change, I guess. Leaving the A-10, starting new things in the MAC. I'm grateful for everything we've been through together, all the hardships, the fun times, the lessons learned, and even the losses we took together, and especially the win. So I'm just blessed and to be able to learn from somebody and be around a guy like Coach Frank.
Right here in the front.
Sam Kinches, WWMA Sports. Jaden, you made an effort to really crash the glass in the second half. What switched for you mentally that really caused you to just throw your body on the line and just be more aggressive and crash in the offensive glass?
I just wanted to do whatever it took to win. I saw that because they were in their zone, I had a lot of free opportunities to get a free run at the rim. And so every time the shot went up and I wasn't the person shooting it, I just tried to crash. Or if I couldn't get it, I tried to tip it out to somebody, to either of my 2 guards. I knew they were in the slot, so if I couldn't get it, I wanted to, do what I could to make sure our team got an extra possession and another chance to put some points on the board.
This next one's for both of you. Daniel Rivera back in the lineup after missing 3 games. What did it mean for you guys to have him out there and have him play the way he did?
That just shows he has heart, a lot of effort, and that he cares. We all know that Dan's a fierce competitor, and he wants to win, and he always wants to be there for his teammates. So seeing him fight through that injury and try to come back and win a game for us and help us win was a good thing to see.
Dean Wendell, Massachusetts Daily Collegian. Rasul, kind of off an earlier question, was there anything that you enjoyed about this year's team specifically, chemistry-wise, that with you guys meshing that might not have been present in your earlier rosters?
Even though our record doesn't really reflect it, I feel we had a lot of competitive guys, a lot of hard workers. I think this is one of the teams that been in the gym the most. Stats probably don't show, but these were a lot of hard workers, a lot of competitors, and fun group to be around. I think when we had great energy, we were a great team, and when we had bad energy, we were a bad team. And I think that was the tale of the year.
Any other questions for the student athletes? No? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll open it up for coach. We'll go to the back to the Philly Inquirer.
Thanks. Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Frank, I know it stings to lose a game like that, but Fran was sitting in your seat a couple of minutes ago and said some really nice things about you and how long he's known you for. And I wonder what it means to coach against him in this week, knowing that it's coming toward the end of his career.
Yeah, I mean, our profession, he represents what our profession should be. Think about the jobs that he's had. He's not trying to promote himself. On the contrary, he celebrates his teams. His teams play disciplined basketball. They defend. They don't turn it over. He goes out of his way to help young coaches. He's a great example for anyone that ever cares about what college basketball should be about. And then the last part, think about what he did. He was retired. He was done. And his alma mater needed help so they can set it up for the next coach who's coming in. And he came out of retirement to help LaSalle redo that arena, raise the money so they can take on the challenges of NIL. And now they hired, Darius Nichols, who I've known forever, and he's going to be wonderful there. But again, Dumpf, he doesn't tell the world what he does. We got too many self-promoters in this business now. So we get mad at the players when they promote themselves. We got coaches running around promoting themselves. Dumpf is what this business should be. I wish coaches would study him and see the graciousness with which he treats people and the way he uplifts the lives of the people that get around him. He didn't have to be good to me when I was a young head coach in this business, but he did it because it's who he is. And I wish all the young coaches would study him for their own careers. Not everyone needs to be the same and act the same, but think about the jobs he's had, and he's been to the NCAA tournament 17 times. Just think about that. That's not easy to do.
Right here in the front.
Mike Maynard, Daily Collegian. Coach, it was mentioned earlier, Daniel Rivera makes his return tonight, plays 36 minutes for you. How big was he in tonight's game, and what did you see at his performance?
I mean, he's been the guy that gives us toughness in the paint all year. It's he took on that responsibility, and without him, we lost that. And in a era right now where guys are making injuries up and determining when they're healthy to play, which is fine. I'm not here to judge someone the way they handle their body and discomfort. I tell players all the time that they don't want to walk like me, then make sure that the trainer understands what hurts, because if not, you're going to walk like me when you get to be my age. And he was dying to play last week. We just wouldn't let him play. He's the opposite. He's a throwback. He just wants to compete and you heard Rasul say it. He wants to help his team win. Doesn't mean he's perfect. He's got a lot of growing to do. He's still trying to figure out how to play basketball. In today's day and age, he's been to 4 schools in 4 years. How do you ever learn and get better doing those things? But he brought a sense of toughness in the paint for our team that this team drastically needed. And without him, some things got really hard for us. So it was good to have him back.
Sam Ginges, WMUA sports coach. Even though the result didn't work in your favor, you guys showed a lot of resolve, especially at the beginning of the second half. I know you're not one for big intellectual second half speeches, but nonetheless, what was the message you gave nonetheless to your players, and what did you notice out of them and how they adjusted specifically in the beginning of the second half?
Yeah, it's kind of been the way the whole year has gone. This game kind of resembles our season. Kind of no identity early in the game, no purpose. Early in the year, we were a team with no identity, no personality. We're trying to figure it out. The middle segment of the game, we actually decided to play with certain things and certain aggressions, and Middle part of our season, we actually embraced all those things, and we became a really good team. And then at the end of the season, we the adversity that we hit a month ago totally disrupted us, and we never, ever recentered ourselves after that. We lost our identity, lost our way. It's kind of the same thing that happened at the end of this game. So if you look at the way this game evolved and flowed, it's a perfect representation for what our team was this year and how we handled the season. It's kind of the same way we handled the game today. It was disappointing, It's offensively we, I guess, challenged is the right word. We had some offensive challenges with this team, and when we figured out that we needed to defend and rebound to give ourselves a chance, we got better. And we didn't do that in the first half today. We didn't defend and we didn't rebound. So that was the difference of the game.
Dean Wendell, Daily Collegian. Coach, Curry and Diggins missed some shots, but also hit some big shots down the stretch, too. They combined for 30 points. With those two returning guards being the main guys in the backcourt all year, what was the impact that they've given not only in this game but all season? Yeah,
I mean, they're both good players. The one thing that we as coaches have to help is, we've got to help them become better players. And, our field goal percentage from the guard spot has not been good all year. But those are the two guys that got to shoot balls for us to be good. And so individually, we need to help them all year. That was the challenge, help them grow. Because, if you keep shooting, last game we played, we shot 18% in the first half. Today we shot, like in the second half, we played a lot better. We shot 37% in the second half. It's hard to sustain winning when every time you get an open shot, you miss. It's hard to depend on getting an offensive rebound every time you miss a shot. And we just, it's our journey as coaches to help guys. It's you can't lose sight of the fact that Jalen Curry's a sophomore, and we're in an era where everybody has a senior point guard, 5th, 6th, 7th year senior. I mean, there are guys 27 years old out there still playing. Not today, but there are some guys out there 27-year-old they're still playing, and he's 19 years old. And I don't know about you guys. With me, there was a big difference between 19 and 27, but that's the journey. The journey is to help them learn, grow, and hopefully they give us the opportunity to continue to do that to help them.
And then just as a real quick follow-up, today was the last game for the Massachusetts men's basketball team in the Atlantic 10. Mm-hmm. Just what are your key takeaways after 3 years coaching in this conference?
It's awesome. It's I said when we made the decision to join the MAC, I said publicly, which I meant, I didn't take the job because of the A-10. I took the job because of UMass. But what was attractive to me with UMass was the affiliation with the A-10 and its history. That's part of the chapter. Don't you think Oregon feels the same way about the Pac-12 and every other school that's changed leagues? I mean, we're in a different time. I don't mean to be judgmental, because I had nothing to do with UMass before 3 years ago, other than I was a big fan. Think about the schools that left the A-10 that have football like UMass does. What happened to their futures? And everyone likes to pick on Temple. That's not necessarily the only school. Think about Rutgers and West Virginia and everybody else. We as an institution, we have a commitment to give all our sports, not just men's basketball, the right to succeed and compete in a fair way. And our school leaders made a hard decision, and it's sad, but it's the new norm. Like, for anyone that thinks that 5 years from now this is going to look the same as it looks today is out of their minds. This is just the beginning, this change that's coming across college athletics. Who knows what conferences are going to be 5 years from now? So it's sad. With all that said, it's sad. Anytime there's change, it's sad, because you know that's why you don't change your family. You know, can you imagine changing your family? How bad that feel? You know, but some people have to, and it's sad when you change. But it's just a challenge that in life you got to make hard decisions sometimes. I'm sure the people who made that decision, that was hard, but we also have to stay true to the moment as to the future of UMass and the uniqueness that we had in this conference with the sports that we offer that are not offered in this conference. And you know, there's a commitment there for all of us, not just men's basketball.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.